What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? The red light is on. We are live. My name is Dave Van Auken. Joining me today, fighting on July 27th for Fight For It 21, Charlotte, North Carolina, Addison Hendry. Addison, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing great, man. Just wrapping up camp. I feel great. Ready for this fight. Ready to go, man.
Awesome, awesome. Me kind of saying that out loud, does that kind of still get you going? I know there's nothing like seeing the fight poster and having that permanent black marker date on the calendar, next Saturday night, Charlotte, North Carolina. But it's getting close, my man. You got to be feeling great.
Yes, man. It's been a long camp. I put in a lot of work. Uh, these last 2 weeks are just winding down, focused on staying healthy, staying sharp.
Yeah.
All the work is done. Now I'm just here waiting. I'm in complete Zen mode. I would say it is surreal because you are a big name. I like. I was looking at your interviews and stuff. I see some big names on there. So this is very exciting for me. I really appreciate you reaching out to me.
Oh, awesome,
But
brother. Yeah, man, I'm going to be there in Charlotte, North Carolina myself. I can't wait. Fight for it. Reached out to me. It's funny. I saw Fight for It like 4 years ago, 3 years ago when Brian Battle was doing his thing. Now, Brian Battle's a huge superstar. I'm a Florida guy, so they've always kind of kept in touch with me. But yeah, no, man, appreciate it, brother. Dude, this is your first fight turning pro, right? This is your pro debut.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what was that like? When I always ask those questions all the time to like the amateur champions and stuff. When do you know? When was it right? Was it a coaching decision, a family decision? Was it your decision? When did you know that? Yep, I'm turning pro. Let's go.
Definitely a timing thing. With the state of the bantamweight division. But also, yeah, it was a group decision. I had my managers and my coaches, Will and Rory. I've been doing this for a decade now. I've been training and fighting for that long.
Wow.
So, my body and stuff, it might as well be making money for this now, And I also think Brett Williams is in a similar situation where he's been doing this for a while. We're two big names in our own areas. It makes sense. Why not do it? So, yeah, this is a big one. I'm really excited for it. I feel that the style and the rules and the time of the rounds caters more to my style. I know
Okay.
Brent thinks it caters more to his style, but I beg to differ. But yeah, man, I'm excited.
The fun part about that is, my man, we'll all see, right? We'll all see Saturday, July 27th, Charlotte, North Carolina. There's no more, hey, what's this? We'll all see. I love it. I love it. You just said you were doing this for 10 years. When was that decision? Why did you train MMA? Why did you train jits and boxing and all that stuff? What got you into mixed martial arts?
You know, I was a little scrappy kid. My dad was a Marine. We were always roughhousing, and
Yeah.
I grew up a little bit rougher. Um, and I was always into like the Rocky movies, the Bruce Lee movies, and all that the tough guy movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I wanted to be like a fighter, and I ended up finding a gym down here in Burlington, North Carolina, because my older cousin, had been training. I was like 12 years old, and he hits my mom up, says, "Hey, you should bring your son in. He would love it." And from there, that's actually my coach, Rory O'Malley. He's the guy who was running that, and I'm still with him to this day.
That's
Um,
awesome.
so yeah, that's kind of how that came to be.
Um, Probably, hopefully, it's the easiest question I'm going to ask you. What's your favorite Rocky movie?
Rocky Four for sure,
And
for sure.
that's the
There we go.
correct answer, Addison.
Yeah,
That's the
there we
correct
go.
answer, my man. Come on now, it's Drago. Come on, the undefeated Russian. He's doing steroids. You got the music. Come on, it's Rocky Four. There you go. Correct answer, Addison.
Hell yeah.
I love it. I love it. Tell me if I'm wrong. I know that this fight's at bantamweight, right? 135.
Yes, sir.
When you fought amateur, I saw you fought some amateurs at featherweight, right? Though
No,
all bantamweight.
I fought a kickboxing match
Okay.
at featherweight. I'm not sure. I've never fought at featherweight as far as MMA goes, though.
Okay, so
No.
MMA, you've been strictly bantamweight your whole career.
Yes, yes.
Nice. Nice. Of course, probably dumb question. Is the weight cut hard for you, or you're still no? You got to dial it up, and it's just one of those things. It's part of the industry. But you good weight cut there, bantamweight.
It's certainly not the most enjoyable experience,
Right.
but I've got my body dialed down to a point where I know exactly where I need to be each week of camp,
Right.
all the way
Right.
down to the fight. So it's really it's its own mission, but it's no, it's not the worst weight cut ever. You know what I mean? When
Yeah,
I'm
that's great.
mid camp, I'm actually sitting, about 15 pounds out. It's not too bad. So.
No, that's great. We, like you said, yeah, we're at Wednesday. We got a solid, 9 days before weight cut. So yeah, that's great. Like I said, I talk to Brian Battle all the time. We've kept in touch. He's a good friend of mine. I talked to Maurice Morris and AJ Chambers in the last 2 3 days, and they both had different answers, but great answers. And I'm going to ask you the same kind of question. Why do you fight for it? What got you attached to it? Was it just they reached out to you? Have you watched them for a while? Why are you making your professional debut? That's a big thing to make your debut under their card. I can't wait to get out there. Why are you fighting for Fight for It?
Uh, Number one is kind of a loyalty thing.
Okay.
Marcel Rodriguez was one of my first referees, and I've always known him. He's always said great things to me. We always have great conversations backstage at Titans of the Cage, which is another promotion in Virginia, and that's where I've
Yeah,
done most of my fights. But a lot of mutual connections through there. So yeah, a lot of it's through loyalty, mutual connections, and Fight for It's the best show in North Carolina, hands down. It's got the best production. It's got the best fighters. Everything about it, I love it. The environment there. I actually fought there once as an amateur, and I
right.
absolutely loved it. So not too different from like the Titans of the Cage promotion I fought for. So I just think it's a quality production, and I think it'd be a great way to boost my name.
For sure, for sure. The one thing I did notice about Fight for It, like I said, I'm a fan of the promotion. The one thing is different from a lot of promotions that I've actually worked for or I've been to and stuff of that nature. Their card is so long. They have so many fights. I
Yeah.
talked to a couple guys. They're trying to get anywhere between 32 to 37 fights. I know you're a pro and you'll be later on the card. Do you not want to show up early? Do you not want to see the first couple of fights? Because me, as even a fan of it and being there, of course, if you see a knockout early night, you're going to get amped up and excited. You don't want to waste your energy and emotions. How is it? How do you have to try to stay dialed in just for your fight and not try to erase everything else that's happening that night?
Right. Yeah. Adrenaline dump is a real thing.
Yeah,
Um, so I even when I was an amateur, I would try to show up to the event, right before I start warming up because I don't want
okay,
to linger around too long and yeah, get focused on maybe they're playing the pay per view in the back and I'm watching someone break their leg in half. That's not
yeah,
always the best thing to see before your fight, but I'm also at a point now where I've just been doing this for a while. It's just you're not really gonna show me something I haven't seen before as far as like scary things. I've been doing this for a while, pretty used to it. But yeah, for this pro fight, I get to be a little bit later. I get to chill fight day. It's gonna be. I feel it's gonna be a very enjoyable experience the whole day.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
yeah.
Uh, I was watching your stuff on IG and kind of doing some stuff of that. Man, for one, I saw some stuff on your stories of like your Instagram story highlights of beautiful, beautiful puppy, beautiful dog. Then I saw you at the shooting range shooting guns and your MMA. I was like, my man Addison's living the American dream. Dog shooting MMA. I'm like, brother, you are literally the American dream, dude.
Southern American, born and raised in North Carolina.
I love it. I love it, man. Everything's still good with the puppy. Like I said, that puppy is beautiful.
Oh yeah, she's actually sitting right here. I'll show you. She's chilling out here with me in my little office area,
Look at that. Let's go.
sunbathing in the window.
Let's go, man. That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. All right, cool, man. I got some fun stuff for you. I got some fun UFC stuff, and then we'll end one more with the fight for it at the end. A lot of stuff is brewing in the UFC right now, Addison. If you can only see one fight, if there's one fight that's been announced that you're like, yeah, Dave, I gotta watch it. I can't miss it. I will not miss this one fight. What's that fight for you?
Oh man, I'm really interested in that Bobby Green fight. That one's got me pretty
Okay,
pumped.
Green versus Patty.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting fight. I'm curious to see who wins in the stand up exchanges and if Patty can close that distance and work his takedowns and his jiu-jitsu and stuff. That one to me sticks out the most as far as upcoming events.
I like it. I like it. That's actually it's so crazy. That's the same night of Fight for It.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna be getting right out of my fight, trying to check the live stream, see what's
I
going
know.
on with that one.
I, what I say is the UFC 304. They're the undercard to Fight for It. 21. That's what I'm telling everyone. That's what I'm telling.
Yeah, you know what? I think we might put on maybe a better show.
Hey, I like it. I like it. Hey, what do you think about Conor McGregor? Especially you said you've been training MMA for 10 years. Are you a fan of what he's done for MMA? Do you think the man's ever going to fight again? Everything with him and Chandler. What's your take on a big name of Conor McGregor?
Yeah, that's actually one of the first dudes besides like GSP and the Diaz
Right.
brothers, and that I kind of grew up in that era when Conor McGregor was coming
Yeah.
up and I was watching MMA. So I really look up to the guy. There's been certain things that he's done that maybe I don't agree with, but as far as him going back in the cage and fighting again, I hope so. I really hope so. I hope he comes back like he says he is. I'd love to see that turnaround, especially with the state of the lightweight division now, or the wherever he chooses to go. I mean, he
Right.
could go either way, to be honest. But yeah, absolutely, I love McGregor. He's dope.
Yeah, that man is so big. He's always like one way a win from fighting whoever he wants. If he wins, he can fight Makhachev. He can fight Leon Edwards. It doesn't matter. He'll fight whoever. Max Holloway. He's always one win away from fighting whoever he wants to. It's crazy. This fight there Saturday night. It's a mediocre UFC card, but this Saturday night, Jake Paul and Mike Perry. Mike Perry's a big name in MMA, crossing over bare knuckle now into boxing. They're fighting Saturday night in Tampa, Florida. My man, you got Jake Paul or Mike Perry?
My heart is with Mike Perry. I cannot stand the Paul brothers. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't
Yeah,
stand
yeah,
them.
hit me.
I like Jake more so than I do Logan. Um,
Okay.
I think maybe technically, if he can keep up his technique the whole fight, Jake might have it in the bag. Maybe brings it to a tough decision.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the more I see that fight going on in the rounds with how tough Mike Perry is, as long as he doesn't get knocked out cold, he might be a little bit too much for Jake, because it's not really like he's fighting a almost 50-year-old Anderson Silva or a
Right.
older Nate Diaz. This is a different type of fight for him, so it's certainly going to be a battle. But I'm in Mike Perry's corner for sure.
Addison, I couldn't agree with you more, man. Like, I know the technique might not be as good as some of the guys he's fought, but for Jake Paul, this is absolutely his toughest fight. Like Mike Perry's in his prime. Like this is prime Mike Perry. What he's doing in bare knuckle right now, he is the face of bare knuckle FC. He's doing his thing, and it's crazy. I think it's a tough test. I think Jake is bigger. I think Jake is probably the better boxer, if you want to say that. But I'm telling you, man, if Mike gets in there and just brawls with them, I'm so intrigued to actually see what happens in this fight. I really am.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you 100%.
Crazy, crazy. My man, hey, last thing for you. Fight prediction. Your fight happening July 27th, Charlotte, North Carolina, guys. If you haven't got it, go get your tickets. It's fightforitcompany.com. We even have a ticket link. We'll put it under here, under the live. I think you get maybe a little bit of a discount. I'm not too sure, but hey, get the tickets. Go see my Addison Hendry. Major main event. We got AJ Chambers, Maurice Morris. There's going to be around 30 fights on the card. Come hang with us all night long. I'll be there. I cannot wait. But my man, fight prediction for you Saturday, July 27th.
He will drown.
You will drown. I
He
like
will
that.
drown.
I like
And
that. I like that.
I got some tricks up my sleeve that I haven't been able to pull out quite yet. And I just think he's going to be brutally surprised. And I'm just going to
Okay.
leave it at that.
Okay. Hey, if you do that Masvidal knee thing, okay, cheers to you. If you do the Masvidal knee, hats off. All right.
Hey, I
My
might.
man.
I might.
I love it. I can't wait. Addison, you got any sponsors? Throw out your IG handle. Take the last 30 seconds. It's all you.
Yes, sir. Shout out my sponsors, Bucktown Kennels. Shout out my sponsor, Real Bros Outdoors, RNH Electric, Triad Hemp, and Coffee Towing. And then my nutritionist, with Prepped NC, they make delicious meals. Like every single meal that I've eaten has just been absolutely delicious. Super good for my energy and stuff. But other than that, yeah. Shout out my team. Shout out Todd Monroe at Matrix too. He's been letting me go over there and get training in Greensboro as well as my training at O'Malley Uprise MMA. Shout out to all my teammates, Isaiah, Will, Kelvis, Rob, Jacob Pius, Drew Pius. Everybody's been helping me out this camp. Thank you. Can't do this without you guys.
Awesome, brother. Let's go, man. I cannot wait. I'll be flying up on the 26th to Charlotte. I can't wait. I'll see you. I'll shake your hand, my man. And I can't wait for the show. July 27th, Fight for It 21, Charlotte, North Carolina. Addison Hendry making his pro debut. Don't miss it. Addison, have a good day, my man. Talk to you soon.
You too, man. I appreciate you talking to me, man.
No worries, brother. Later.
Thank you.